I don't think we even know what color war is unless you do it. And I've never been in it. I've been the director of the 6 that we've done, or 5 that we've done, the one we're about to do. And the campers, particularly the Tusk campers, they know what it is, but it's the type of thing that you just can't describe. Right now it's 8 o'clock. We're in the OREC for Q&A. There's a couple more meetings that'll be happening after this that don't include captains at 11 a.m. This is the 6th year we've done the program, and it's evolved quite a bit. When we did it the first year in 2007, I don't think we had any idea what we were doing or what we were working with. I'm fine either way. We certainly didn't think that it would make it to 6 years. Impression and belief that you will have basically from that point for at least a couple.
First we told them we were going to be watching Bully because it was a movie we were supposed to watch like a couple weeks ago. And then we're like, we're just kidding, we're watching Pirates of the Caribbean. So after a little while, we start watching it and a coin drops. And then all of a sudden, you see Ari's foot next to the coin and he picks it up and says, "Forever is now." I mean, they're the ones who helped break the program and everyone else doesn't know, and it just matters how they're like so hyped up.
You have 5 minutes to get to the end field.
It's color war. It's your Tusk color war, and I was just like, I don't think that anything, even if you knew it was coming, nothing could have made that moment any better than it was. It was so great.
Great moments happen in the world when you know exactly what's going to happen. If you see the diagram, you see the prompt, and when you actually see it come to life, you are totally blown away. And that was what the illumination was. So it's been an emotional day. We're still not even close to the day being over, but the floodgates have opened, and I'm sitting on the remnants of those floodgates. We got 2 days to go.
That was unbelievable, like the colors, the energy, the excitement, the music. That was awesome. I can't wait to see what's next.
Conquer the Waterfront is basically a track-style event. Many events will be going on down here at the waterfront. We're going to have around 15 events for all of camp, including the staff. A lot of prep work goes into this. We're all kind of scrambling around right now. It's a little bit of organized chaos. Right now the war canoers are coming in from across the shore. They're both incredibly even right now, which is awesome. Aqua Nukem, which is sick. Everybody watching them is going on. If the war canoers come in and they're going to be a little bit ahead of schedule, we're going to clear out Aqua Nukem for them to come in. We'll resume the game after. But right now it looks like it's going to end perfectly with Aqua Nukem ending minutes, maybe even seconds before the war canoers come in.
Into words, all I can say is it was so cool! It is the best thing ever. Nothing's better. Because like, it's just 2 colors battling, red and blue, complete opposites. Don't get any better than this.
Right now we're working on splits for staff. Make sure each team has the right amount of staff, and there's a very specific formula we got to use.
And the guidelines are really based on overall ability, and that includes athleticism, creativity, and general get after itness, which is just how well you work under pressure. Sports are a wonderful thing, especially at a place like camp, and especially in a program like a color war.
Jasper, green!
Potentially the most miserable event we've ever done in Colour War. We've just taken two 550-piece puzzles and we've just spray painted them red or blue, so there's no photo anymore, it's just literally just putting pieces together for 6 hours.
I think we can do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing really well. We're staying around the edges because it's all red, so we can't look at a picture.
I think this is really challenging. It's a 550-piece puzzle. It's spray painted blue. It's not gonna be easy.
I'm actually really impressed. The teams are working very hard and they don't give up, and I love that.
Color War is very intense, a lot of fun. It's really cool to see two teams going at it and just going all out.
Give it everything you got. You guys got this. You got this. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Win on 3. Team toss? Come on. Let's do it. Team toss? Let's do it. Team toss on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team toss!
The Iron Woman is like a mini triathlon, so there was a swim, an 8-length swim, a bike around camp, and then the run.
It's obviously a big part of the program because it's such an emotional experience to run an Ironman, but also to just watch it.
While I was racing, the swim felt pretty good. The bike was tricky because everything was wet.
For me, it's always really the hardest part of the program because every year, honestly, there's 1 or 2, even more some years that physically or emotionally they just are unable to process it all.
That's right.
That was amazing. Yep.
Feel great. Feel accomplished. Thank you guys.
And the run is when I started to kind of go out of it a little bit. My vision started to go a little bit. I was kind of getting dizzy, almost blackout-ish. I was worried about falling just because I was going out of it. So I just decided I just tried to stop thinking about it, keep going. Finishing wasn't like a question in my mind, whether I fell, whether I tripped, anything. I was gonna finish that race because my team needs me, whether it's 1st or 4th. That's what I gotta do for the red team and for myself.
No way, stand up. You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up.
I'm really proud of her and all that she gave, and it just goes to show everything that red team's leaving on the field.
Everyone was there, blue, red, black. Every person was there around me, helping me, just kind of trying to keep my eyes open, keep my head up.
You know, once she started drinking, she started feeling a little bit better, and it was good to see her back. And of course, the first thing to come out of her mouth was, what can I do next to help the team?
This is probably the most competitive thing at camp, but at the same time, it brings us together more than anything I've ever seen, because that race meant a lot. I didn't win it, but at that point, it wasn't about that. It was about everyone just took care of me. Everyone put aside their differences. They put aside the fact that the points were on the line, and they just made sure I was okay, and that was beyond amazing. That's how you really know we're a camp as a whole.
As competitive, as intense as it is, ultimately it is us as a community, and that's a good image for that. And you're seeing images for it when they're running down the line of campers. They're not just slapping 5 of their team as they come down. They got both hands out, and ultimately that's what the event's about, and that's what Color War's about, and that's what Camp Seneca Lake's about.
I think the most
important thing that campers get from Color War is to show their talents, to separate from their friends and compete against them, and then ultimately when they come back together, their bonds from that separation are even stronger.
To recap, Cayuga Onondaga, starting there, collecting kindling, bringing it into piles. Mohawk and Seneca, starting at the shore, running out to the boats, collecting wood, bringing them back into shore. Tuscarora, collecting those materials, building one fire at the entranceway by the 2 cinder blocks, building a second fire that will not be lit under the balloons. Staff, once the fire is large enough, you will continue to move that fire by means of adding logs in the direction of the balloons and waving it. Once the fire underneath the balloons that has not yet been lit is lit by the moving fire and pops the balloons, the event will be over. Are there any questions?
I honestly don't know if I could actually describe it because I've never had a feeling like that in Color War at camp. I don't know for my life. That was unbelievable.
Showdown. It's typically in the ORAC. It's different performances. This year we have a fight dance where 2 teams will be performing different styles of dances one after the other, kind of like a face-off. We're doing Showdown a little differently this year. Instead of having the whole afternoon on the first day dedicated to preparing for Color War, we're splitting it into 2 different nights and hope that it will produce more quality performances. So there's less performances to focus on, and they can really get their most talented people in there and showcase their talents as much as possible. This year we have a puppet show and an a cappella song. And an instrumental performance. So it's really to get the creative campers really in there and showing camp what they have to offer.
my favorite 2 days of the year. I count down to it from the end of the second day of Color War each year. So I'm loving it. Yeah.
15 feet back will be a couple.
My role in Color War is to oversee some of the signature events, which are whole team events, and they allow for the entire camp to be in one location at one time, competing red versus blue.
Well, that was perfect. If he didn't move,
You're just beginning to set up the Enfield for the Battle of the Enfield, which will be tonight. You can kind of see behind me. You can see that behind me. All right, you can see behind me, we just brought in, Mark, what do we have, like 30 tons of dirt? What is that? 30 tons of dirt. We have to fill a lot of water balloons, which is actually already have been done, which is fortunate. We also need to get things for the tennis ball launchers.
You want this on top of your wrist. If you have your wrist above it, that means it's
And there are going to be campers standing on top of those, launching at targets. There are going to be staff on the outside of each field. Half the staff over here, half the staff over here. And they're going to be playing essentially what we know as staff slaughter, which is just wrecking each other in order to get water balloons from side A to side B.
Welcome to Battle of the Enfield.
This is one of the most amazing events I've seen. Utter chaos in a totally organized fashion, and it was just terrific to see the kids having so much fun and compete at the same time.
Year in a row, we will be revealing the winners of Color War right in this space in the fire circle. It's been a very long 2 days where you have competed and participated in absolutely everything that we can imagine. John Golden is about to reveal the winners.
I am going to pour the contents of this mug into a small vase here, and it will reveal the color of the winning team. I don't even know what color it's going to be, but here we go.
this camp that have never happened before.
The currency of camp isn't how long you've been here. It isn't what your title is. It isn't how good looking you are. It is what you do and what you don't do. Brings the best out of everybody. It stretches people in ways they haven't been stretched before, and I keep telling people your best is not good enough, and that's sort of the slogan of Color War. Your best is not good enough. Your ceiling of what is your best rises. What Color War is, it is, we don't get words. The best things, the most important things, the most meaningful things, the most substantial things in this world, not just at Camp Seneca Lake. You just don't get to say what they are. And that's the point.